Welcome back to Newswatch 12 this morning. Turning now to Stormwatch 12 meteorologist Josh Colbert. I think that we're all kind of over this weather pattern, but at least this morning to start, it's not super cold in the Rogue Valley.
No, and that's because of the atmospheric river. We have these winds that are coming out of the south and out of the west right now, and that is making our air a little bit warmer than it has been for the past couple of mornings. But of course, this is going to come along with some headaches throughout the course of today and tomorrow, so I'll tell you about those right now. First, seeing some heavier snow lining up along the Cascades this morning, but the rest of the precipitation this morning is pretty light. Snow levels right around 4,000 feet for this morning, but then later in the day they will raise up to around 6,000 feet. So we'll put this all into motion with Stormcast. This is right around the time we get to lunchtime, and you can see that there's going to be a bit of a lull in the action. Everything looking pretty light, but then as we head into the afternoon and evening, you're starting to see more of these yellows popping up along the coast, and that is representative of some heavier rainfall. It's actually going to be very heavy, and then it's going to spread inland throughout the course of the evening into the overnight hours, and then into Friday morning, still dealing with some scattered showers, especially along and east of the Cascades, and those will linger throughout the rest of the day, but then we will gradually dry out for the rest of the day. Then we'll have a very nice and a very mild, dare I say, warm holiday weekend. Here's some of these water projections through Friday afternoon. So this is when the bulk of the rainfall is actually going to fall, and we could have upwards of maybe 1.5 to 2 inches of water in the Cascades and along the coast. But it's going to be the coast where we're concerned about maybe some localized flooding, especially in and around some smaller streams. So that is just something to be wary of. Snow levels, again, starting off around 4,000 feet for this morning, raising up to around 6,000 feet a little bit later in the day, and then primarily staying above 5,000 feet for Friday. So the bulk of the snow impacts are going to be above 5,000 feet. Exhibit A of that would be Crater Lake, upwards of maybe 1 foot to 1.5 foot of snow we could have there, maybe a few inches for Oregon 140. So in terms of travel being impacted by snow, it's going to be the passes on the east side and the passes up in the Cascades that will see the bulk of the effects. All right, here's going to be the big weather variable today. It's going to be the wind gust. Winds gusting upwards of 60 to 70 miles per hour along the coast, coming out of the south and southwest. And so we are concerned about some spotty power outages because we could have trees getting uprooted because the ground's already so saturated, and if any of those trees fall on power lines, well, I think you know the outcome of that. So for today, the atmospheric river spreading inland, winds starting to pick up. It's going to be very widespread as we head into the overnight hours, and winds will continue to do their thing, but the winds will gradually calm down, and we will gradually dry out into Friday. Much drier over the weekend. It's going to be a very nice holiday weekend, very warm too. Temperatures getting into the 60s and 70s for the Rogue Valley, but then bam, another storm system, and that will drop our temperatures down again. So a little taste of spring, and then another healthy dose of winter for Monday. We're going with medium impacts for this one. It's looking like it's going to be another wet system. Snow levels will start off around 6,500 feet, but then dropping down to 3,500 feet into Tuesday, maybe even dropping lower than that into Wednesday. So many details to come. Here's that 7-day forecast for the coast. The potential for localized flooding and damaging wind gusts for today, and then drying out as we head into Friday and Saturday. Should be not a half bad holiday weekend. For Siskiyou County, also we'll track some very strong wind gusts coming out of the south today, gusting between 50 to 60 miles per hour for the Shasta Valley, but the winds calming down for Friday. For the east side, we will also see some winds today, maybe gusting upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour. It's primarily just going to be rain for Klamath Falls and Lakeview. Then look over the weekend, maybe getting into the mid-60s for Easter Sunday. We could potentially get into the 50s for the mountains, which means we're going to see quite a bit of snow melt over the weekend. And then for the Rogue Valley, blustery and wet today, showers dwindling into Friday, then a very nice holiday weekend.